Hi everyone, and welcome to the Lacombe Memorial Center. You might be watching this video from your phone or from your couch and thinking, I'm not at the Lacombe Memorial Center, and that might be because you might have missed our Taste of Hope fundraiser. But don't worry, we still have lots of amazing stories of hope to tell you. We are so excited to be able to walk you through each of our 7 core ministry stations and explain a little bit about what Central Alberta Youth Unlimited does in the Central Alberta area for youth and young families, providing them with hope and wholeness. All right, we've stumbled into what looks like a youth center, and the reason for that is because one of our core ministries here at Youth Unlimited is Innovative Centers. I'm going to pass it off to Greg Lockhart. He does youth engagement in Lacombe, and he's going to tell us why Innovative Centers are a big part of what we do.
Yeah, so I work at one of our Innovative Centers in Lacombe, like Paige, like you said, and it's a drop-in center in Lacombe. We're called the U-Turn Drop-In Center, and then we also have other centers in Rimbey. We have one called the Crosswalk, and then we have a indoor skate park and skateboards and scooter park in Sylvan Lake that's attached to our coffee shop there, Timber Coffee, which is called Incline. I spend most of my time, like you said, at the youth center in Lacombe, and I love it because youth centers are just, they're a neutral environment. I spend a lot of time at high schools or different schools too, but it's not as much of a neutral environment as youth centers or skate park can be for kids, and kids just kind of come alive and they open up and they find a place to belong. Lots of times kids come in really shy at first, or even last night we had a kid who hadn't been back for 3 years, and I'm like, why'd you come back? He's like, my friend invited me, and his friend just started coming this year again. So it's like, oh yeah, right. Sometimes they can forget, and it's just about the relationship more than video games. And actually last night we had no video games because all our stuff is here at our banquet with no TVs, and it was amazing. Board games and competitions, on air hockey and pool and stuff like that. Really cool last night. That's why I love Innovative Centers. You can just have fun. You can help kids just relax and get to know adults. And the end goal is to get to know Jesus. And even last night we spent a lot of time just talking about how our actions reflect what we believe. And so yeah, that's what I like about drop-ins.
Nice. Thanks, Greg.
Thanks.
All right, moving on to the next station. And now we're at our Marketplace Initiatives station, and that is a really big word. Probably don't know what it means, and that's why I have Caitlin Berezanski here to help explain what it means. She is our Timber Coffee Co-Manager in Ponoka, so take it away, Caitlin.
Timber Coffee is one of our branches of Central Alberta Youth Unlimited. It extends our reach beyond youth and young moms into the community. It creates a space where we can build relationships with the greater community of the communities that we're in. So Timber Coffee currently is in Ponoka and Sylvan Lake. And the great thing about caring for our communities is that it actually does impact our youth and young moms. When we can create hope and wholeness in the greater community, they will be able to create hope and wholeness in the lives of our students. So not only do we create really great coffee and really great lattes, but we also create an environment for relationship and connection and just a whole community. So we're not just serving great coffee, we're serving hope in a cup.
Boom, I love it. Hope in a cup. Marketplace Initiatives. All right, we've made it to our trips, camps, and events station, but I don't see Sarah. Maybe she's in here. Sarah!
Oh, hey, Paige.
Hey, there you are. What were you doing in there?
I'm just hanging out.
Okay, sweet. Do you want to tell us a little bit about trips, camps, and events?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Trips, camps, and events are a super important part of what we do at CAYU. It challenges kids to get out of their comfort zone, meet new people, have new experiences. I got to experience this firsthand when I went on our 2017 Vancouver trip with one of the girls I had worked with in Musqueam. Every day when we would get back from our volunteer placement, she would race to come and find me and tell me about all the people she met and how she got to serve them. She was just so excited. And it was cool to see a different side of her. She was excited purposeful, and yeah, it just seemed like everything that she was struggling with at home seemed to fade away when she was serving. So that's why it's so important.
Yeah, we love trips, camps, and events.
Yeah,
Woo!
we do.
All right, we are at the community outreach station, and I have two friends here. I've got Kevin Corthius, and he works in Red Deer doing youth engagement, and I've got this little fella, and Kevin's gonna explain a little bit about what this is.
Thanks, Paige. Normally when people think about community engagement, they think about shoveling walks or raking leaves, but we've gone a different spin with it. We recognize that youth have a lot of pressure these days, whether or not it's home life or school or sports. They just need a safe place to go to kind of relax and just let their worries fade away. So we've created a space called the Relaxation Room in a couple of our different facilities where people can come, youth can come, and just relax. We have therapy dogs with us, hence why we have Traeger here today. We have nice coffee and tea when it's not COVID, but it's really just a place where they can come and just let their burdens wash away. And in the meantime, we get to talk to them and be there to support them any way that's needed. We've had many times where kids have come in and just shared the hard things that are going on in their lives, and we're able to support them, whether it's getting them to counselors or just being a listening ear for them. So that's why I love doing what I do. It might not be your traditional community engagement, but it really does engage the youth where they're at, and I love doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and community outreach is a huge part of what we do to provide youth with hope and wholeness. All right, we've made it to our leadership development station, and I'm here with Katie Peters. She does Stepping Stones in Ponoka, but she's going to explain a little bit about what these chairs are and what that looks like in our ministries.
Yeah, so here we have 4 chairs, and we have some leadership programs that we do, Life 360, Girls Group, Bible Study, and with the students that come, we kind of move them through these chairs as a strategy for growth in their life. And so the first chair we see here is Come and See, and Shanoa is our student today, and we just invite kids to come and see and into a welcome, non-judgmental, comfortable environment, and it's just a place where they can easily come. So here, Shanoa is in the Follow Me chair, and this chair is where students start to trust us and to kind of want to understand a little more of where we find our hope and how we process things in life, because they're going through a lot of tough stuff, and they're watching us as mentors to know, kind of where do you find your hope and everything. So this is where we can share personally that we have found our hope in Jesus, and that that is kind of where we want them to follow us. So Shanoa, the next chair. We don't want kids to get too comfortable in these chairs. We want to keep them moving because movement is growth in our programs. And so the next chair is where we see students who go out and they say, hey, I found this program that has really helped me in life, and I want you to come and check it out too. So they start inviting their friends, and they start fishing for people. And so this is where we start the cycle all over again with those new people, and these are our fishermen. And the final chair, Shanoa, is a very uncomfortable chair because we don't want students to just sit and be complacent. We want them to go out and we want them to serve. And so this is where we see our students going on adventure trips, they're going on camps for the summer, and they're serving out of their community so that they're stepping out of their comfort zones and stretching themselves. And this is a really healthy place where we see our students starting to serve and look beyond themselves. So that is kind of leadership development in a nutshell.
I am now in the comfortable and cozy critical care station, and I have Nicola Manafeld here, and she's going to explain a little bit about what critical care means for us at Central Alberta Youth Unlimited.
Yeah, hi. So welcome to Critical Care. As you can see, this is kind of set up really homey, like what Paige said. And the reason we've done that is because our critical care involves 3 different areas. And so we have our housing program, our Stepping Stones program, which is with our family engagement, and then we have counseling. All are set up in the real world, very homey and very, we want to gather together. And so that's a huge reason why I love this area, and I love working with housing, is just to create a sense of home for everyone.
What does that say?
Yeah. So, yeah, that might sound like every day. Maybe there's babies crying, maybe there's teens arguing in the background, and I can sit and explain all the important things. But this is real. There are mums that don't have the support and that need that love and support, and we have youth that need a home and need somewhere to live. And so I love doing this. I love giving people a home, and I love just encouraging that family environment and that family style. And so that is why we're here. That is why we have these programs. And yeah, I'm glad that you just got to be able to see a little taste of it today. And yeah.
Yeah, critical care is a huge, huge part of what we do at Youth Unlimited, and it's just one of the ways that we can share with them a little bit of hope. Well, we've made it through all of our stations, but now somehow we're at the M&M Bank. I don't even know what that means, but Jarrell Peters, our executive director, is going to explain what that means.
Well, thank you, Paige. Welcome to the M&M Bank, the bank where money meets mission. Now, before we go too far, I'm actually going to get out of this banker's chair and I'm going to pass it over to you. I realize that that's a little bit tricky, virtually, for you to hop into this chair. So imagine for a moment that instead of me sitting here asking you to make a deposit, it's actually a little bit different. I want you to consider, now that you've had a chance to see a glimpse, just a small taste of Central Alberta Youth Unlimited, who we are and what's happening, as a banker, are we worthy of your investment? Is this something that you're interested in being a part of? You see, we're a team of over 50 staff in 7 communities running a myriad of programs with one purpose: hope and wholeness for all youth and young families. It's what we're here for, and it's what we want to be here for the long haul. And so I just want to invite you today to consider, is this something that you're ready to invest in today? And there's a couple of really key ways that you can do that. But as I'm sure you're aware, a nonprofit organization like Central Alberta Youth Unlimited thrives on the generosity of individuals and businesses just like you. So for those of you who are already partnered financially, thank you so much for doing it. And thank you for being there with us through all of the chaos of this last couple of years and previously. And for those of you who are wondering, and what are you guys about and what are the needs? Here's the way you can be a part of what we're doing. There's 2 simple ways. Number 1, you could make a one-time contribution to help us be there for youth and to be there for young families, to provide hope and wholeness. And you can do that on our website at cayu.ca, and there's different ways you can either donate towards the general operations, towards one of our staff specifically, or to one of our program areas. And we would be so thankful if you could be a part of it in that way. The other one is really cool, and this is one of our favorites. This is what creates longevity and sustainability. This is what makes sure that we're here not just for a little while, but for a long time, for the long haul, because that's what matters when you're talking about relationships and connections with youth and with young families. So here's what we'd love to encourage you to consider. Could you become a monthly financial partner? Would you be able to support us or one of our staff or one of our programs every month? And it could be as simple as a $10 or $25 contribution, or maybe you're in a position where you could say, oh, I'm prepared to do $50 or $100 or $250 in monthly partnership. When you do that, you're committing to hope and wholeness for youth and hope and wholeness for young families. And we would be so excited to journey together with you in relationship with those in our communities who need it so desperately now as much as they ever have. So this is the M&M Bank, the place where money meets mission. Thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for all of you for considering being a part of this in whatever way you can. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you so much for joining us for this virtual tour of our fundraiser, A Taste of Hope. We are so thankful that you decided to join us and just to walk through these stations, hearing stories of hope and wholeness and what we do at Central Alberta Youth Unlimited. We trust that you had a little taste of hope today. Thanks for joining.